Hey, welcome back to a brand new video. Today is going to be a very different type of video. Of course, I'm back on some Black Ops 3 Zombies, playing Zetsubou no Shima. If you haven't seen my last video where I played this map for the first time, I recommend that. It's a fun video. But, here's the thing. Richtofen, I am talking. Shush. Today, I wanted to do a little bit of a different type of video today. Okay, I kind of did this, a similar type of video to this few days ago, within like the past week or two, with the Zombies game that I found on, that some random person made online. Some random guy made his own version of Call of Duty Zombies, and I played it in a few episodes. So in that video that I made, or one of the videos, I think it was video 2 of 3 that I made on that game, I talked about just life stuff while I was playing, you know, just different things, and that's what I'm going to be doing again today. If you're not into that type of stuff, if you think, oh, that's too much yapping for me, hey, that's fine, you can go watch a different video. I do different types of videos, you know, I like doing more entertainment-focused videos, as well as these kind of sit down, just talking to you type of videos. So that's what we're doing today while we play Zetsubou no Shima here, and really today's topic that I wanted to talk about is
intellect to increase my personal wealth. Sadly, I did not.
This dude just likes to yap more than I do, apparently, but I don't know how to get in there. But the topic that I wanted to talk about today is basically the idea of the infinite game, or the idea of how to succeed at basically anything you do eventually. And this is a topic that I really like, and something that I choose to believe is true and works, because honestly it's in my best interest to. I forgot to pick up the bucket. But, I mean, the same thing can be turned around and said hey, maybe that's not true, stop spending so much time on this. But let's just dive into what this whole topic is. Okay, really, it is an idea that's from the book called, I believe, The Infinite Game. I have not read it. I've only seen videos discussing it, so I do definitely need to read that book eventually. But I know the overall gist of it and the concept that it has, and that is basically that you want to stop thinking about long-term type of things that you want to accomplish as finite. You may be wondering, what exactly do I mean by that? And I mean, it is a little bit it's an interesting topic, and it doesn't apply to everything except for the really long-term things that you actually want to accomplish. For example, a lot of people view making money online and growing on YouTube and stuff as just some thing that they want to accomplish. I want to get big on YouTube and, you know, go viral, make a whole bunch of money, that kind of thing. But, you know, there's a different way to approach it, which I think is the superb way. And that basically is, think of what you want to do and just be authentic doing it, and find a way for yourself to enjoy doing that thing and getting yourself to actually continue to do it for as long as possible, forever. Instead of it being a finite thing, oh, I want to get this amount of subscribers and make this much money so that I don't have to work anymore. Instead of thinking of it like that, think of I want to just make videos that can help people in some way. And then you just that's the example that I have here, and just do that forever. Find a way to enjoy doing that enough so that you just don't give up on it, and you just continue doing it for as long as you possibly can, basically. I mean, sure, you don't have to do it for ever. It's mainly just for doing things very long term. A lot of people think about the most common example being a 9-to-5. Okay, that is not the infinite game there. That is, you go to work every day for 40 plus years, the regular 9-to-5, and the only reason you're doing that is so that you can just retire, so that you can retire and you don't have to work anymore. Basically, the infinite game is even if you had all the money in the world, you'd still be doing this because you still enjoy it. You're in it for the long run, regardless of just the potential bonuses from it, which could be like a lot of money and that type of thing. I don't know if I'm explaining it necessarily the best way, but that's how like I think about it. And maybe I'm combining multiple ideas here, but the general gist of it is like stop thinking of things in terms of like finite, like point A, point B. Start thinking of it in like, I'm gonna do this forever. How can I sustain this for the longest period of time possible? Like, for example, say YouTube. I have the infinite game mentality here, where it's like, bro, whether I succeed or not within a certain amount of time is irrelevant to me. Because long term, this is like what I want to like be focusing on. This is like the infinite game that I want to work towards. Because eventually, you know, okay, Richtofen, I'm yapping here, but basically, this is the infinite game that I want to work towards. Whether it blows up like crazy or not, I just want to make videos that can have an impact on other people's lives. That's my whole goal here. Plain and simple. That's it. And if I were to think, oh, I'm gonna do YouTube so I get like, okay, I need 1,000 subscribers by then, and then 10,000 subscribers by then, and then 100,000 by then, and 1 million, and I need to hit all these amount of views and like all this stuff. It's like, yes, it's good to have goals. Don't get me wrong, you definitely want goals, but you want to be sure that, you know, as you're going about figuring out what you want to do, and you try out different things, that you don't just do it for the outcome. You do it because you enjoy doing it. And those are the things that you want to be working towards for the infinite game, you know? A lot of people don't want to play by the infinite game. Like the rules of the infinite game of just like treating something like you just are doing it forever. Like, there's no winning. There's no win condition. It's not, like, imagine it like Call of Duty Zombies. Like round-based Call of Duty Zombies here. And there's no Easter egg. Like classic, like World at War, Nocturne Totem type of stuff here. No Easter egg or anything. You just grab a gun and you survive for as long as possible. The entire point of the game is just to survive as long as possible. Why? For the sake of the game. For the sake of enjoying it. That is the entire idea of the infinite game. Man, I'm sipping my coffee here. I'm recording this in the morning, so I'm drinking my coffee as I play. Bro, this is a great morning here. We'll say. I need to fill up my bucket again. I also need a weapon. I mean, that's basically the whole idea of the infinite game. Just doing something not for an outcome, but for the sake of the game. Or for the sake of doing whatever it is. That's how you succeed at anything you want to in life. At least that's what I believe. Sure, I may be wrong. I'm done saying like this is 100% certain and stuff, because bro, I like the whole self-improvement stuff, and I think I like it better as the idea of it being like Richtofen, you keep interrupting me. I should probably like mute him. But what was I saying? Great, now I'm forgetting what I was saying. But basically, the whole point is just to do something forever. Not for a reward, not for some end goal, but for the sake of doing the thing. And like I was saying, I may be wrong. You know, I'm not 100% sure. This may not apply. This doesn't apply to everything for everybody. Like, you definitely want some things where it's like a finite type of goal. I mean, I think so at least. Like, short-term type of things. Like, I want to get this amount of money, X amount of money, so that I can stop working this job and I can start doing this other thing I may want to do, or like do this so I finish like college or something. You know, like things like that could definitely be things that should not be the infinite game. You know, I don't think those should be played like infinite games, because they're not. Like, college is only like 4 years, or and maybe it's more depending on what like you're majoring in, but you get the point there. And a lot of people take this approach to like things that should be like not full like long-term stuff, and they just don't apply the infinite game ideology to anything, which I think is personally the wrong way to live life, because I feel like there should be some things that you do that you enjoy to do that, you know, are just better, that you do for longer and that you care about more. I mean, maybe you have a job that you enjoy and you want to do that forever, basically. There's definitely people who are like that. That's great, you know, and, you know, I guess you can kind of think of like a 9-to-5 job as the infinite game, although it's not really that. And how did this thing grow if I didn't water it? Okay. Oh, cool. But yeah, it's just, take the 9-to-5 example again. People treat that like, if they had, I mean, this isn't everybody, of course, but for like the vast majority of people, I feel like if they had enough money, they would not work their job. They wouldn't. They'd quit and they'd go live their life and do what they would actually want to do. But the thing is, I don't think that people fully enjoy not working. I think that that's just not true. I think people do enjoy working, but only on things that they specifically enjoy to do, things that they want to work on that are meaningful to them. That's what people want to work on, I feel. And I mean, I've noticed this with myself, at least, where it's like, bro, I may not want to work at, you know, some job for someone else all the time, because how is that really like progressing me outside of just getting like the money? You know, it's like the way you can think about it, like there's like the quotes that go around. It's like, if you work for someone else, you're making money for someone else. You know, you're getting someone else rich. You're not getting yourself rich. And you're building up someone else's dream. You're not building up your own dream. And I know this is a lot of things that I'm saying here, and it may be a little bit convoluted because I'm not like fully paying as much attention as I want to, because I'm also playing the game here, and you know, it's just something that I just randomly like was thinking about. Interesting, power is off on this side. But, you know, having the idea of just finding something that you like to do and just doing that forever, finding a way that you can enjoy doing it to the point where you will do it just straight up forever, I think is the best way to really go about like a career path, for example. Like, instead of, like I said, working for someone else and doing what someone else is wanting to do, making someone else's dream come true, working for yourself and making your own dreams come true, you know? Stay back, you foul beast. And I don't know, it's just something to think about. And like I said, maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe nothing will ever work out for anybody and the infinite game just doesn't apply. But I don't think that's true. You know, I think I'm right about this. And based off what I've seen with other people, like, it just seems like that's really the best way to get success. You get success the best, like, to summarize here, or just you get success, period, by not doing something for the rewards of it, or doing something to eventually just quit doing that thing once it succeeds. But you do the thing, whatever it may be, because you enjoy to actually do it. And because you enjoy doing it, you just won't stop even once you reach the goals that you may have for yourself. Even after you reach the big numbers, after you make a whole bunch of money, you just keep doing it, because the money, while yes, it's important and you want that, of course everybody needs money in order to like just survive, you know, but making your whole life revolve around money is something that I see a lot of people do, and those people are probably, I feel like, the most miserable people, because they're just spending all their time doing something that they probably don't enjoy. Like, most people don't enjoy like their jobs or what they really do that much, but they do it because they have the eventual hope that they can retire and not do it, and then they can actually do what they want. And I think that that's just the wrong way of thinking about it, and I think you should just straight up
the twisted
I don't know,
depths.
work towards something that you enjoy and just do that as much as you can and go from there, you know?
Instead of a regular swamp creature, we get to deal with a
Oh gosh, this dude's coming right at me.
yeah.
Okay, got him. Okay, and he got me apparently.
Stench of death is heavy on
But yeah, really, that's just my little rant here. Just don't, like, if you're my generation, especially like Gen Z, right now more than ever, you have the opportunity to do anything. This is the time that anybody can go out and succeed. And the only thing that's really holding you back is yourself and how much time you put into something and how badly you want something. You know, I think that's how it is, at least. I think anybody can succeed if they really wanted to. And after like enough time and effort and all of that. That's what I choose to believe, because that's what'll get me to actually work on things that are meaningful to me. Like doing these videos, I know, like, it sounds stupid saying like, yeah, I want to like make videos. I want to be like, it sounds cringy, like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I don't want to be a YouTuber. I just want to be a guy who can do the things that he enjoys to do. Like, for example, playing video games. Share that with other people and help impact people's lives because of it. That's something that has really been my plan since the beginning. I've just gone about it in different ways. And I think this is like the best way to go about it, honestly. Like I was saying, there's just so many people that just, they don't work towards something. And they're not happy. Like they work their job and then they come home and maybe they play video games and they don't really do much after that or something like that, which, I mean, hey, I get that, bro, for sure. But I mean, it sucks because like the modern like type of jobs, it's like they drain you, you know? I mean, you're working on stuff all day and you want to come home and you just want to like relax a little bit, you know? Like, at least that's how it is, like, for me, like, after I'm working. But having other things to work on, like, for me, like, these videos here, like, even though it's like, you may say, like, okay, you're just like playing video games and talking for a little bit, and it's like, yeah, that's true, but bro, people do this type of, this has been something that you're just able to do now. And sure, it's not the most difficult thing in the world to do ever, but why does it have to be? Why do we have this idea that it needs to be like the most difficult thing ever? You know? Like, do you know what I'm saying about that? Like, why do we have the idea that something needs to be hard in order for it to be like at all worthwhile? Ooh. Oh my. Tons of zombies there. This is the farthest I've gotten in this so far. Like, something can still be difficult. Like, making videos still, like, yeah, it's easier than like going out and working all day, but it's still like, there's still definitely parts that are like difficult or tedious, or like things that are just like, wow. Sometimes, like, if this was a full-time job, I'd be like, there are definitely perks of just like having a full-time job, where it's like you don't have to worry about some things or other things. And I'll elaborate on that more here, but first I want to see, okay, we got power on. This is pretty neat. Making noises, cool. Let's have a sip of coffee here to celebrate. Cheers. Back to what I was saying about like YouTube, for the example, you know, sure, trust me, I enjoy doing things that are hard. If things aren't hard or not a challenge, I won't want to do it. At least, like, it's not that I won't want to do it, it's just that, well, I don't think I've been in this room before, but it's not that I don't want to do something just because it's easy, because that's kind of ridiculous. Of course, people want to do like easy things, that's kind of like inner nature, but for me, at least, if I don't do something that I consider to be at least like somewhat of a challenge, somewhat difficult, then it's like, why am I doing it at all? It's like, that's kind of like, I mean, hey, I'm kind of doing that here right now, you know? I'm actively recording a video here where I am trying to talk about something that can make an impact on people, potentially, or grow my channel. And I mean, hey, maybe this video gets 0 views and that's fine. Like, I'm not here for the short-term potential successes, you know, but like, sure, this isn't the most difficult thing in the world ever, but it still has a sort of semblance of challenge to it, because for one, I'm doing this in all like one take here, and I'm just trying to explain a subject that I know a little bit about, but explain it in a way that could have an impact on other people. And that is something that is kind of difficult. Like, why do you think teachers, like, being a teacher is a hard job? Because you have to teach someone in a way that they will understand. That's kind of the way of, like, this type of video, you know? Like, yes, teachers have it harder. Like I said, I'm not saying that this is, like, the hardest thing ever. I'm just saying it's kind of like teaching in a way. You know, I'm trying to help teach about a certain subject here, and if you're listening, great. And if you're learning, great. If not, well, I just need to get good, you know? But what do we have here? Razorback? Cool. Making videos isn't like that difficult, but it is a little bit difficult when you're trying to explain something in a way that other people can understand and actually incorporate in their lives. I've noticed that's very difficult. I mean, or can be, at least. You know, I'm not saying it 100% is like the most difficult thing ever, but it's definitely a challenge, especially like if you're working with someone one-on-one. It can definitely be a bit difficult, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just a dude trying to make videos that can help other people. That's my whole plan. And honestly, that is like the new best way of like teaching, if you're wanting to be like a teacher specifically. Like, nowadays, if you want to be a teacher, it is probably not the best idea to go and become an actual teacher, which is wild to say, but it's kind of true. And this is kind of gonna bleed over into a different rant, but if you want to teach someone, and like if you want to be like a teacher, and that's like the thing that you're passionate about, first off, awesome, great. You know, being a teacher is a really difficult and important thing, but doing it the normal way that people do it, which is just going to the schools and teaching stuff where you don't really have a choice of, or like you don't really have the freedom to teach what you exactly want to teach the way that you necessarily specifically want to teach it, is an issue. And that's what's great about YouTube. You can learn anything from YouTube, or just the internet in general. If you want to teach people about something, you can go on YouTube and make videos about it and teach other people, and that can be your infinite game. That is your passion that helps other people, and guess what? That has an opportunity to make you so much more money than working at a school can. You know, it's like, I'm dead. That's fine. Honestly, it's just, I'll probably save this little bit of a rant about like schools and teachers and stuff for another time, but basically it all comes back to like YouTube. Like, sure, it's not the most difficult thing. There is difficult parts about it, like being able to hopefully properly convey a message or a lesson to someone that you're wanting to teach about, if you're wanting to teach about a subject. For example, this video with the idea of the infinite game, and maybe how you can apply that to your life, kind of like how I'm doing with YouTube here. Like, I've created over 500 videos, or almost 500 videos in total in my life. I'm 19 and I've created that many videos, and treating it like the infinite game, I think, is really important. And there's so much more opportunity if you enjoy doing something, if you can just find a way to share that with other people online, and then you have some sort of product or something to sell them. Like, and let me just make it clear, like, if you're gonna sell someone something, don't be all scummy about it and have it be just like a stupid, like, super quick, cheap cash grab type of thing. You know, like, actually put thought and effort into something that you would genuinely want or find useful, and then sell that to other people, and actually be passionate about that. Then it's like, that seems to be the best path to take in the modern day. Like, working a normal job, yes, you can go have your comfortable, safe type of job, but where is that going to get you when you're ready to retire? If you still have the job, for example, first off, that you're probably going to be one of the lucky ones, because AI is getting pretty wild, and a lot of people are getting replaced by AI already, and people want to see other people. You know, people want to, I don't know, just relate to people and learn from people and watch videos and that kind of thing. Like, people watch YouTube videos all the time, and there's so many things that you can do online that can have an impact on other people's lives. And you know what, we're gonna load up one more game real quick here, and I'll talk about this for a few more minutes. All right, we're just in the Giant here, chilling around because this map's fire and there's not an Easter egg or really much to work towards, so it's just a fun, like, quick match. But back to what I was saying here. Okay, Nikolai, shut up. I'm trying to talk to the nice people at home listening right now. Okay. This dude yaps more than I do. All these characters yap more than I do. My gosh. But back to what I was saying. If you want to be the type of person who makes the biggest impact in people's lives and has the opportunity to make the most amount of money by also having the most amount of impact potentially, I feel like YouTube is just a no-brainer there, or just using the internet to do that is a no-brainer. You know, it's like, come on. There's so much that you can do through the internet that has never been able to be done before in the history of existence. You can impact more people from like one YouTube video than you could in an entire lifetime. In multiple lifetimes multiplied in one potential YouTube video. I've reached more people through one YouTube video, like my most popular video on this channel and technically ever. From last time I checked, I had like over 8,000 or almost 9,000 views. I've never met close to probably 9,000 people in my life, and yet that one video went out to that many people. So imagine if you had, and I mean, that's just getting into my personal, like, accomplishments, I guess you can say, like, my personal, like, amount of views that I've gotten. Now, for example, take, I don't know, Mr. Beast. And, I mean, look at the good he's doing for people. Like, every video is, like, him giving away, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm pretty sure. If not more. And it's just, YouTube has that opportunity, and just the internet in general has that opportunity to, like, make the impact that people, and I've disconnected, that people have wanted to make forever. No one's going to be able to do that if they don't think about, like, the infinite game of doing something continually for the sake of the thing just being something that they enjoy to do. And because of that, a lot of people aren't going to succeed in things. And did I explain this well? I don't know. This video has kind of been all over the place. I just kind of had the vague idea of, oh, the infinite game, that sounds fun. But here we are now. Honestly, I feel like I could have probably explained this better, but I'm kind of getting used to this format of doing things, and I'll probably make another video, like, continuing this type of chat. And yeah, honestly, I'd love to hear what you think. What do you think about this idea of the infinite game? And what do you think about the power of the internet? And especially people in my generation, you know, Gen Z, and, like, the ability, the potential that you have to just make a life that no one in history has been able to really have before, that just any regular person can go and do, is crazy to think about. And if you try to work towards that in a way of doing it, and the way you go about doing that is in the way of an infinite game, you know, having that mindset about it, that maybe that could actually happen, and you could do something that you genuinely enjoy doing, that has enough challenge to where it doesn't feel like you're just not doing anything, but at the same time isn't like, it's not like the most difficult thing ever. You know, YouTube for the example, there's like editing and creating thumbnails and coming up with ideas, all that type of stuff. But overall, making YouTube videos isn't the most difficult thing ever. Like, especially videos like these, it's just sitting down talking to the camera about whatever topic, but it can make a massive impact. Like, there's people who sit down and talk to the camera and make more money than doctors or lawyers or whatever the most best paying profession in the world is. People who make hundreds of thousands, if not more, a month because they created an audience and through the power of the internet, and with that they were able to change many people's lives, make a whole bunch of money, and play the infinite game of YouTube, the internet, talking, whatever it may be. And they succeeded. And for some people it might take a few years, for others it might take couple decades, but I think if you just stick to something for long enough and just improve at it over time, and it's something that you genuinely enjoy to do and can see yourself doing forever, then I think that's when you can actually succeed. But I don't know. What do you think about this? Do you think I'm right about this whole idea? Do you think I'm wrong? I genuinely want to know. Like, I know I've been yapping here for like 30 something minutes, but I kind of like doing this type of thing, just sitting down, talking to you, less of a overly edited video, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.